Okay, so for these last two problems, these are going to be what we call the 4 question on your test. So your tests are graded out of 4, right? 3 is proficient, and 4 would be above proficient. So the idea here is that to get a 3, you have to get most of everything else correct on your test, right? You maybe miss a couple of things, but not very much. Get it mostly correct, showing that you're proficient. And then the 4 asks you to go to do something a little bit higher level thinking to get that 4, to apply it and get that 4. So we're talking about multi-step equations. What we have here are a couple of already solved questions. So what we're going to do is these questions aren't solved correctly. So you're going to show your level of proficiency by looking at this work and trying to figure out where did they go wrong. And then if you get these right, that's how you get your 4. Okay, so let's go through these and look through this work. So one suggestion I might have to you guys, and I'm not going to do this because I don't necessarily have to, but it might be good to just kind of block out the work that's already there. Do your own work and then compare your answers. And as long as you're showing all your work, you should be able to quickly see where they went wrong, right? But let's see if we can figure out where they went wrong, and let's redo it correctly. So as they went through here, they multiplied by 12, okay? And they got 36x plus 12 equals 12. And then they minus the 12 from each side and got 0, and they got x equals 0. So I see a couple of mistakes right here, right off the bat. First of all, what is 12 times negative 2? It wouldn't be a positive 12, right? It would actually be a negative 24. And then the other mistake is this one. When you do 12 times x, you get 12x over 3, right? They multiplied the 12 and the 3. But 12x divided by 3 is actually going to be 4x. So right there, they set up the initial problem wrong. So we're going to set it up right here and then solve it correctly. So you would actually get 4x minus 24 is equal to 12. And then to solve it, we have a best friend and we have the acquaintance. We're going to add the acquaintance out the door first. And I added 12 for some reason. So plus 24. That's the problem of showing the work, is sometimes you get lost and kind of do their work again without realizing it. You do 4x is equal to 36, and then divide that by 4, and x is actually going to equal 9. Okay? So that would be your answer on that one. So again, to get the 4, you actually have to show your work and how you did it completely, or correctly, sorry, to get it correct. And then this one, so she started out by distributing the negative 3, okay? So we got a positive 3x plus 24, and then she subtracted 24, got negative 54, divided by 3, got negative 18. So looking at it, the thing that I noticed that she forgot was the negative on the 3, right? So when she distributed, that should have been a negative 3x and a negative 24, which would have changed the whole problem. So let's start with writing it out correctly. So you would get negative 30 equals negative 3x minus 24. And then instead of subtracting 24 to each side, you would have to add 24 to each side, which would give you negative 6 is equal to negative 3x. And then you would divide by negative 3, and you get a positive 2 for your answer. Okay? So very different number. So make sure you're watching those errors. And again, you can always plug it back in to check your work. If I took 2 and plugged it back in, 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 times negative 3 would be negative 30. Negative 30 does equal negative 30, right? If I plugged in negative 18, it would be wrong because you'd get negative 18 plus 8 is negative 10 times negative 3 would actually be positive 30, which is not equal to negative 30. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know, or your teacher know. We're here to help.